Ken Jennings has settled the score after Amy Schneider tried to flex how many Jeopardy games she's won in a ruthless exchange. The champion-turned-host clapped back with a hilarious one-up when Amy chose violence in the preview clip of Monday's Jeopardy! Masters premiere. The highly anticipated Jeopardy! Masters special kicks off on Monday, May 8. Hosted by Ken Jennings, 48, the Titans-only tournament will air over 3 weeks on ABC and Hulu. The lineup includes James Holzhauer, Amy, Matt Amadio, Sam Buttrey, Andrew E., and Mattea Roach. The 6 fan favorites will compete in various pairings in 10 one-hour episodes featuring 2 matches each or 20 matches total. On Monday's debut, Amy will face Matt and Andrew, as seen in the new clip that apparently features a rowdy interview segment. Jeopardy! Shared an Instagram preview of the Q&A exchange in advance, and it was actually Amy who asked Ken a question instead of the other way around. She said, "I did have a question for you, Ken. How did it feel when you won your 40th game?" Amy then shadily pointed to her opponents, 38-time winner Matt and 5-time winner Andrew, who lost to none other than Amy in her very first original win of an eventual 40. Andrew also lost to Amy in the finals of the 2022 Tournament of Champions. Amy continued, "Because I could have asked these two but..." Trailing off as the crowd audibly gasped. Andrew and Matt looked forlorn and just bowed their heads. Ken, however, replied, referencing how he was in fact still the winningest contestant on the stage, not Amy, with the #1 record of 74 wins in 2004. "I'll tell you, Amy, it wasn't that different from my 50th or 60th win. Oh sorry, I don't want to offend." Amy grinned after Ken's clap back and just took it on the chin, remaining completely speechless as the audience went wild. "Good comeback, Ken." Amy bringing out her inner James Holzhauer, one Instagram user wrote. "Oh no, Amy chose violence, lol." "Good comeback, Ken," wrote another. "Tries to dunk, gets dunked on," wrote a third. "As Ken is like PSHHHH 40 games, that's baby talk," wrote a fourth. A fifth said they laughed out loud, and a sixth wrote, "This is why Ken is the right host for Jeopardy! Battle Royale." Jeopardy! Masters is the brainchild of new executive producer, Michael Davies, and is the first champion-based producer-picked tournament since 2020's GOAT tournament. The prize money for the champ of all champs is $500,000, and a Trebek trophy in honor of the late Alex. The schedule of Jeopardy! Masters is as follows. Week 1, May 8, 9, 10, 12. Week 2, May 16, 17, 18. Week 3, semifinals on May 22nd, and May 23rd, and the finals on May 24th. The throwdown is intended to determine the best player in any given year and be annual, a belt notch higher than the Tournament of Champions, which only features contestants from the prior season. Masters will air while Ken's co-successor to Alex, Mayim Bialik, finishes out the regular season starting on May 1st and until the summer. After Masters, Ken won't be seen until the 2023 Tournament of Champions, which will kick off season 40 in September. The stage was set for an electrifying showdown. The glitzy lights of the studio shimmered against the backdrop of the iconic Jeopardy! Logo, and the audience buzzed with anticipation. In this special Masters edition of the beloved quiz show, 3 titans of trivia faced off: Ken Jennings, the legendary champion and current host, Amy Schneider, the groundbreaking former champion known for her record-breaking wins, and a third formidable contestant. It promised to be a night of fierce competition and even fiercer dialogue. As the show kicked off, the atmosphere was thick with camaraderie and respect. Jennings, with his trademark smile and easygoing charm, welcomed the contestants and the audience. Amy Schneider, fresh from her phenomenal run on the show, radiated confidence. Her wit and intellect had captivated viewers, and she had become a fan favorite. However, there was an underlying tension in the air that few could ignore. The game progressed rapidly. Questions flew by at a frenetic pace, and the scoreboard reflected the contestants' prowess. Jennings, in his dual role as host and competitor, navigated the questions with the precision of a seasoned veteran. Schneider, too, demonstrated her acumen, earning applause from the audience as she quickly buzzed in with the correct answers. Each time she scored a point, her confidence swelled. But then, in the midst of an intense final Jeopardy round, the atmosphere shifted. The question, designed to stump even the most knowledgeable contestants, hovered over the studio like a looming storm cloud. Schneider, with her characteristic flair, confidently shared a calculated response, securing her lead. As the camera zoomed in on Jennings, viewers could see the tension in his eyes. It wasn't just about winning, it was about the spirit of the game. Ken, the quintessential host, valued humility and sportsmanship above all else. But Amy's exuberance, often perceived as bragging, began to grate on his nerves. "Great job, Amy," Ken said, his tone light but with a hint of edge. "You've really been racking up those wins lately." "Thanks, Ken. I just love the game." "You know I'm here to compete," Amy replied, a mischievous glint in her eye. "I mean, who doesn't want to be the best?" The audience laughed, but Jennings shifted in his seat, a frown creeping across his face. To him, it felt like more than just friendly banter. It seemed to cross the line into territory that could alienate new contestants and fans who revered the show for its spirit of learning and sharing knowledge. The show moved to commercial break, but tensions lingered in the air. When the cameras returned, the mood had changed. Jennings' demeanor was noticeably firmer as he opened the next round. "Amy," he began, addressing her directly, "I respect your success and your achievements, but do you ever feel like your confidence crosses into boasting? This is Jeopardy, not a competition for who can gloat the loudest." The audience gasped, the tension palpable. Schneider, momentarily taken aback, rallied quickly. "Ken, I wouldn't call it boasting. I'm proud of what I've accomplished. I'm just sharing my joy with the audience. Isn't that what the show is about?" "It's about knowledge and respect for the game," Jennings shot back, his voice sharper now. "I just think there's a fine line between sharing your accomplishments and bragging about them. We're all here to celebrate trivia, not just to showcase who's won the most." Schneider held her ground, her competitive spirit ignited. "And I'm not apologizing for being successful. It's important for people to see that women can dominate this game, too. I want to inspire others to do the same."